So this may be a controversial topic, but my stance in this country is that there's not enough personal consequence received for the choices that people make. For instance, let's take the standard argument of free college education for poor income families. So there's a sector of this group of poor income that have made that choice to live a poor income life. And in that sector, I believe that somebody's got to pay the consequences of those choices. For instance, let's say that a student finishes high school and decides not to make the time or the effort or the commitment to get a college education. Let's say that that student doesn't make the time commitment or effort to climb the corporate ladder over the next 10 years. Let's say that that person chooses not to make the time, effort, or dedication to work 2 jobs instead of 1 when they make a poor income. So let's assume that this person makes $15 an hour or less, doing a fairly non-skilled job or a job that they simply haven't advanced to higher levels with. So that's their choice. They chose either not to go above and beyond and go to another career that pays more. They've chosen not to work 2 jobs to make what would be considered a manageable income. They've chosen not to go to college and put in the hard work and dedication to get a degree that would enable them to have a higher income. And so they've made those choices in life, and therefore their life reflects it. Their income is lower, and all the things that come along with living with a lower income. Say we take person number 2 now, and they decide after high school that they're going to sacrifice the 4 years and the college tuition, whether they're earning it in the summers or however they're doing it, taking loans out. They've made the dedication and the time and the effort to go through 4 years of that training. Or let's say somebody decides not to go to college, but they go and mentor with the finest in their profession, and they learn how to become an expert at it. Or let's say the person who makes the time and effort and takes the risk of being an entrepreneur and opens their own business. And they, therefore, these 3 examples would be examples of people who have put in a time, effort, dedication to making a better financial income. So the person who has this better financial income, now their kids do not qualify for any kind of financial assistance for college, for instance. The person in the first scenario who didn't put in the time, dedication, or effort, who maybe stayed home and worked part-time while they're raising their kids, who didn't dedicate 4 years of extra schooling, who didn't work 2 jobs to come up with the $50,000 or $60,000 income kind of necessary in this country. Now their kid comes along and this country provides with a free financial needs scholarship. I disagree with that. And people may say, well, why would you disagree with that? The child doesn't have the money to go. Why should the child be suffering by not being able to go to college? Why should they pay the consequence of the parents' choices? And I say, as a parent, you're making those choices. You're deciding to have kids. You have decided not to give those years and efforts into your life to create the money for your child to have the opportunity. And therefore, society should not have to pay the consequence of your choices. Likewise, if you look at the second scenario where the person went and did the 4 years of training at college, or went and put in the effort and extra time to become an expert in their field, or took the risk to become an entrepreneur, all that time and effort is work for that person. And a lot of times work away from having fun or being with the family or having time with the kids. And so then later, their consequences, now they have to work harder to pay for their college, the kids' college education. So to me, that's backwards. To me, the first family, the parent who chose not to go the extra effort, their kids then either have to make up for that by putting in the extra effort themselves, or the parent does. And the parent will have to find a way to fund or change their decision process if they want to pay for the college for the kids. And that's just one example. Another example might be illegal immigration. And I know that this can be a very complicated topic, but one particular facet I want to talk about is if somebody comes to this country illegally, at the point in time that you know you're coming illegally, you know what the rules are about what your benefits or non-benefits are as an illegal alien. So let's say that you decide to come to this country and you're going to have a baby here so that your baby has American citizenship. Well, you know that you don't have citizenship. So that baby's born, that baby has citizenship, and now suddenly you're caught. You're caught that you illegally immigrated here, and they want to deport you. And your argument is, but my baby is American and you can't separate us. And while on a human level I understand that argument, it's again a choice consequence. You knew when you came here that these were the rules. And so if you have to deport and take your baby with you, that is simply a consequence of your choice. Okay? You could choose to leave your baby here with someone else or a relative or whatnot. Probably you wouldn't, because no parent that I know of really wants to give up their child. And so when you come and you expect to get automatic legal citizenship simply because you came here illegally and had a baby who has citizenship, to me that's irresponsibility. That's not accepting your own consequence of your own choices. And there's a lot of examples like that I feel choice is consequence. If there's a reason that you're in the scenario you're in because of a choice you made, you should have to go through those consequences. If you're caught with a DUI, you shouldn't get off. You made the choice to drink. You get the consequences. There shouldn't be a way legally that you get off the hook in order to, you shouldn't be able to buy your way with a lawyer. If the proof is there that you were indeed drinking under the influence or drinking while intoxicated, etc., you should pay the consequence no matter what. And that's my belief. I'm pretty firm on choice and consequence.